Was that and has become that.
Watch out, Thomas Bryant got fouled hard by Blake Griffin. Now he goes.
Alright, so before I get into the video and the game, on Saturday I will be doing a live stream at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pregame Pistons versus Wizards game number 2, technically game number 4, and then I would be doing a post game for Pistons versus Wizards. It's gonna be around 10 p.m. or whenever the game is. Just come to my channel, check it out, and then I'm gonna be talking about the game, answering all y'all questions, and then all in all, just having a fun time. So let's get into this. Now, as happy as I am that the Pistons got the win, because I am very happy, I do have to say that the Washington Wizards were limited. They didn't have Westbrook, they didn't have Rui Hachimura, and they didn't have Davis Bertans. Those are key core pieces to the Washington Wizards making the playoffs, and the fact that they didn't have them, I'm happy that we got the win, but at the same time, I have to be a bit, cordial when it comes to this and know that we did beat a Wizards team that didn't have all their players. Alright, so the first thing that I noticed that was just a much different thing compared to the first 2 games against the Knicks. Our defense, it feels like, the chemistry, as we've been talking about all preseason, all training camp even, the chemistry is finally, starting to feel like it's just a little bit starting to come together, because we locked down Washington for the most part, especially in the second quarter. That I know they ended up coming back towards the end a little bit, but during the second quarter, that's when I really started to feel it. We was locking down Washington for the most part. We held Denny Avdija to 7 points, and if y'all don't know about Denny Avdija, he has been lighting up the first 2 games. He was lighting up in his preseason games, and we held him to 7 points. That just goes to show you how much more we were better as a unit on defense. And a guy who led the helm was a guy like Josh Jackson, a two-way player who Troy Weaver wanted to bring in, talking about his versatility. Josh Jackson showed his defensive prowess tonight. Jeremy Grant as well showed his defensive prowess tonight. Speaking of Jeremy Grant, we do have to talk about him now. In the comment section, and I was starting to feel it as well, it was starting to feel like Jeremy Grant was due for a good game, right? Because Jeremy Grant for the first 2 games against the Knicks was absolutely terrible, trash, on offense at least. On defense, he showed up and showed out, but on offense, he was a no-show. So for this game against the Warriors, we were like, a lot of y'all in the comment section were telling me he's due for a game, and I was really starting to feel like he was due for a game, and he scored 15 points, and I feel like Jeremy Grant, that's just a little bit of what I feel like Jeremy Grant can become, because I feel like on the Pistons, he can average 20 plus, to be honest. He can be what Christian Wood was last year. After the Pistons traded Andre Drummond, Christian Wood in that center role became a star, basically. And after we trade Blake Griffin, if we suck at the deadline, because we may keep Blake Griffin, I don't know, but if we end up trading Blake Griffin, I feel like Jeremy Grant is a guy who can average 20 points per game on a nightly basis if we get rid of Blake Griffin. Now, if we don't, then I feel like we can see what we saw tonight, him averaging 15 points on a regular basis. And I'm just happy that, Pistons fans will finally get off of this guy's back, because he's been getting a lot of hate, and I'm happy that he finally showed out. He got 15 points for the Pistons tonight. I'm happy with that. The next guy that we do have to talk about is DeLon Wright. Now, DeLon Wright tonight dropped 15 points, and a thing about DeLon Wright is, a lot of guys, again, was giving this dude crap as well. DeLon Wright, I felt like in the first 2 games, in the first game specifically, he was not really aggressive. In the second game, he was a bit more aggressive, but still nowhere near where I wanted him to be. And tonight, much more aggressive, but still not where I want him to be, because I feel like DeLon Wright can still average more points than 13. When it comes to his ball handling ability, when it comes to his shooting ability, I feel like DeLon Wright can give us a good 17 points per night, if not more. He has to keep believing in his shot. We have to keep on giving him opportunities. Dwayne Casey has to show confidence in him, and the fan base as well. We have to be nicer on a guy. Like after 2 preseason games, we can't just crap on a dude like DeLon Wright. The more he becomes aggressive, the more he feels comfortable in the Detroit Pistons system with Dwayne Casey. I feel like we're going to see more nights like this. 13 points is the tip of the iceberg. I feel like he can give us much more. So the man of the night that we need to talk about, Josh freaking Jackson. Josh Jackson came out, gave us 17 points, but that's not what we need to talk about. Whew. Josh Jackson not only gave us 17 points, but also played defense as well. He was a two-way player tonight, and Josh Jackson, coming out of the draft, what you saw from Josh Jackson is basically what they thought Josh Jackson was going to be. a guy who can go get you a stop on defense and then at the same time come on offense and drop to the hole and score a layup or make a mid-range jumper or occasionally hitting a three-pointer. And that's what Josh Jackson was tonight. Mid-range jumper, attacking to the hole, and a three-pointer here and there. That's what he was expected to be coming out of the draft, and that's what he was for the Pistons tonight. I was very happy to see Josh Jackson play like that. And also, if you guys remember, in game 1 didn't really play well. In game 2 played much better. Game 3 play even better. So if he's gonna keep on this trajectory, in game 4 we should finally see, you know, what everybody thought he was gonna be coming out of the draft. Maybe we see a 22-point game and also still playing great on defense. I hope that's what we see out of Josh Jackson, and I was just very happy with what I saw out of Josh Jackson tonight. The next guy we need to talk about is Sekou Doumbouya. Now Sekou, this game only got 17 minutes, so it's like right now he's slowly but surely getting more and more minutes. And I feel like, you know, in tonight's game, he didn't obviously have the impact of how he did last game, dropping 23 points. This game only dropped 10 points, but still efficient in the minutes that he was in, still played solid on defense and on offense. He played his role on offense. You know, if you're not going to score the ball, at least don't get in the way, having turnovers and just not being in the spots that you need to be in. You know, pass the ball when the ball is needed to be passed. When you're open, shoot the shot, cut in the lane, you know, backdoor cuts, all of that stuff. Just do not be a hindrance to us on offense if you're not going to score the ball like that. And tonight, 10 points, efficient scoring. I have no complaints out of Sekou Doumbouya tonight. And the rest of the roster, you know, I can't go on about guys like Svi. Svi didn't play particularly well tonight, but he didn't play bad either. He had an average night. Derrick Rose did what Derrick Rose did in the minutes that he did get in. Blake Griffin didn't put up the amount of points that he usually does, but again, rebounding and assist, and then combined with the points that he did score, just Blake Griffin is what Blake Griffin is. Right now, he's 100% healthy. I'm loving Blake Griffin. I don't know what we will do with him at the deadline, but Blake Griffin, I have no complaints out of Blake Griffin. Isaiah Stewart, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say it was a rough night for him, but he showed what Isaiah Stewart is right now. He's a raw player with a lot of energy and a lot of promise, but he's not necessarily there yet. But I was still, you know, even though it wasn't necessarily a great night for him, I still like what I saw out of Isaiah Stewart. Next guy we need to talk about is Saddiq Bey. Now Saddiq, you know, he set the expectations really high when in the first preseason game he came out and scored a lot of points, and tonight he didn't really do that. But then again, on defense he played well, rebounded the basketball exceptionally well for what he is, and played his role all in all. So guys, remember, we will be live streaming the game at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pregame Game 4 against the Washington Wizards, and then also we will have a post game around 10 p.m. or whenever the game ends Eastern Standard Time. Come through, join the stream. You know, I'll be talking to everybody in the chat. We'll be having a fun time, a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes, just all in all, it's just be a fun time talking to everybody in the chat. So I'm gonna end this video by playing maybe some audio clips, maybe not, but I will be playing that Blake Griffin versus Thomas Bryant clip, because that clip is hilarious. So like this video, and that's gonna be at the end of the video after the outro. So like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 1K. I'm out.
Got fouled hard by Blake Griffin. Now he goes back at him.